In this video we are learning about the binomial distribution. So according to the probability theory and statistics, the binomial distribution, you can say it with parameters n and p, is the discrete probability distribution of the number, and it can be thought of as simply the probability of a success or failure. The outcome in an experiment or survey that is the repeated multiple times. The binomial is a type of distribution, you can say, that has two possible outcomes. The prefix bi means two or twice. So let's move on to another slide. Binomial distribution is a probability distribution, as I told you, that it summarized likelihood that a value will take one of two independent values under a given set of parameters and assumptions, at where it can use two parameters here n and p that we can use. I will show you how you can use it, and the assumptions that are taken here. Next we have applied to single variable discrete data, where results are the numbers of successful outcomes in a given scenario, as there you can see. Also you can learn it in your mathematics, that there you can see the probability. So in this case here we have number of times the light are red in 20 sets of traffic lights, and the number of students will green eyes in a class of 40, and again the number of plants which diseased leaves from a sample of 50 plants. So it can be done by this, the binomial distribution, at where we have a probability statistics, and it is used to calculate the probability of occurrences exactly, less than, more than, between given values. And there you can see the probability that the number of red lights will be exactly 5, and the probability that the number of green eyed students will be less than 7, and the probability that the number of diseased plants will be more than 10. Like the other symbols, as we can see, x the number of successful outcomes wanted, and nc or c the number of ways in which x succeeded can be chosen from sample size n. The RNC keys on a calculator can be used directly in the formula. It was showing that the RNC keys are based on this distribution of calculator, at where it is defined number of cases, and the outcomes at where it will give it as the variables by which we can know them, and it is denoted here. So next we have the parameters, statistics, and symbols involved are. So here are the parameter, statistics, and symbols. As there you can see the probability of success, sample size. Here we have the population parameter symbol, sample statistic number, that is here pi, p, and n, which is caps here, and small n. So in this formula is used here, at where the x is defining here the random variable x, and small x is defined here number of successes, and for the p it was probability of success, c is for combination of x successes from n trials, and the n is here for number of failures, and 1 is here for probability of failure. So by this formula the probability can be calculated, and where we can define it through the binomial distribution. So the probability of getting x successes is equal to the number of ways of choosing x success from n trials times the probability of success to the power of the number of successes required times the probability of failure to the power of the number of resulting failures. So by this the formula is made here, where we get the probability of getting x, choosing x here, and the others by which it can help in the formula, and the probability would be calculated. So this is how we can use the binomial distribution in this. So next we have an example here. I can show you an automatic camera records the number of cars running a red light at an intersection, that is the cars were going through when the red light was against the car, and analysis of data shows that on average 15% of light changes records a car running a red light, and assume that the data has a binomial distribution. So here the question, what is the probability that in 20 light changes there will be exactly 3 cars running a red light? So there you can see this formula is used to calculate this. So firstly they're gonna write out the key statistics from the information given. The given information is here, p is given and n is given and x is given here, and they applied the formula and put the values here, and we get the exact, that is the probability that in 20 lights changes there will be 3 cars running at red light is 0.24, which is of 20% of it, 24% of it you can say, approx. So this is how the probability can be calculated by the binomial distribution formula is using here. So here you can learn by this example how you can calculate it. So I hope you guys you learn about the binomial distribution, its parameters, statistics and symbols, and the formula that is used in here. So that's all in this video. Thank you.